Hello and welcome back to the farm. Today we're in our seminar and on the back here we have the plough. And that is because we have one last field that needs some work, and that is this one here. So yeah, this is in need of ploughing. So I got my GPS all set up as well. And yeah, we're gonna get this field ploughed. So line this up like so. And we actually want to be the other way round. Should always have our wheel into the field when we're ploughing. Is the idea. There we go. And what we want to do is we want to set our steering going. There we are. Put this down, and away we go. Perfect. That should line us up quite nicely. And in doing so, yeah, we're going fairly well. This plough is quite tough on this tractor. We go about 6 miles an hour with it, but it's yeah, for some reason this we've got fairly heavy soil on the farm. It's that kind of tough, heavy soil, and as a result, doing any kind of ploughing on it really pushes the tractor quite a bit. But as you can see, we are doing it. We are going well. I really like this plough. This plough is something that I'd never seen. So all the time I spent in the UK before I came out here to the States, I'd never seen a plough like this. This is a completely different type of reversible plough to me. There we go. There we are. Switch side and disengage the GPS. And then we'll re-engage it once we've turned. There we are. Line ourselves up. And down we go. So we have a fairly even headland is what we're aiming for. Should make it easier when we come to doing that later. But yeah, as you can see, it is going fairly well. I did the I took the plough into the workshop and gave it a good service. Checked all of the blades and everything, all the furrows before we started. So everything on this is in tip-top condition, and it really is just that it's yeah, it's a little bit taxi on it. We are going 8 miles an hour, and it's you know, it's not to be sniffed at. It's not an overly slow piece of progress we're making here, but at the same time, it's not massively fast either. And you can see with all the lime on here, so one of the reasons why we're doing ploughing at the moment is that we've got all this lime that needs sorting and needs ploughing into the ground to have maximum effect. We could possibly cultivate it in, but I'm trying to go through and get everything ploughed and everything sorted so that we have a good set of nutrition in the soil for next season. It is coming towards the end of the autumn now, and we're looking at getting our winter wheat planted fairly soon. Won't be much longer now, and then that will be ready. And then come the springtime, we'll probably, as I said last vlog, I think we're going to have a few changes around the farm come the springtime. But yeah, come the springtime, we'll then look at planting some of our other crops as well, and getting that moving forwards. Oh, a little bit of a throb in my throat on the today. There we go. Switch our plough. Let's keep our wheel into the field. And yeah, as ploughing is one of those jobs that takes a little while, but at the same time is quite a relaxing job, especially with the GPS, especially when you've got that keeping you going. Right, we're This must be our 5th row. So yeah, it is one of those time-consuming jobs, but it's very, very satisfying to see a nice straight plough furrow when it goes. Even if the lime on this field has sent our plough completely white at this point, that's quite something. Right, and up to the end of this row. There we go. So Dad's doing well at the moment. He's obviously, I've not got him on this job. As I said, autumn time, we're coming to the end of the busy period. Winter, everything winds down on the farm. We don't have a lot going on. It's that time of renewal. It's the time where we do lots of bits and pieces. As I said, I'm not planning on making many vlogs over the winter. It just doesn't make a lot of sense because there's not a lot for me to show you at all. So yeah, we'll probably pick these up again in the spring. We'll get our winter wheat in and then move on, I think. There we go. But yeah, I wanted to take you guys through some of the ploughing, and so that you could see how we do with our 7R and why we have our 7R on the farm. Because the only reason that we can use a plough with this many furrows is because we have this tractor on here. You know, able to pull as it does, and it's part of the reason why we got this on here, is to give us a good, really good tractor to do that with. Right, there we go. And you can see it does do its job well. It's a great tractor. I have made some inquiries. So one of the things I was talking about last time was making some inquiries about maybe upping the size of our slurry spreader, and seeing what we can get. There are certainly options out there. We have by far the smallest machine that is reasonably used on a farm these days. So we're looking at that. We're also looking at some more land around here. There are several fields up for sale and some negotiations going on. There's a really good grass field bordering on our land, going down towards the river, which would open us up to being able to convert some of our stuff here to arable. I mean, the two fields the other side of the road here go all the way up to the road, and we could replace those with a single grass field, with the one down towards the river. So there's lots of options that we've got, and that would then give us ownership of everything within the road, within our farm down to the river, and down to the road over there. Basically everything that our main farm, sort of the block that our main farm, for lack of a better term, sits in. That would then be owned by us, and that'd be really great. I don't think that's happened around here in a while. So that would be a fantastic thing for us to do. So I think we're looking at that over the winter. So as I said, when we sort of take a bit of a break and come back after the winter, we very much, I think, are going to have a different area of the farm. As I said before, we also want to look at maybe some dairy cows. So having these two fields here next to us as possible areas to expand the main farm would be good, as would the ability to have our field in amongst the middle there as would be good. So I think we got a lot of thought and a lot of care to go over the winter to try and work out where we're going to go with the farm, what changes we're going to make. It'd be really interested to see what you guys think. Do you think dairy cows are a good way for us to go here on the farm, to build ourselves a dairy operation, a full-on dairy operation, and get some dairy cows in? Do you think we should go a little bit more on the arable side, to these two fields next to us? here into arable and maybe buy the extra grass or buy the grass field down towards the river. Really intrigued as to what you guys think. It's one of those things where having some outside thoughts is quite nice. But this is running very nicely. She is ploughing well, and that's a good thing to see. A very good thing to see. And this GPS just make it so much easier. There you go. Into our next furrow. Can't go right up to the edge of the field here because obviously we have an issue with the bank there. So if we stride up that would cause all sorts of issues and problems with the plough. So we want to be careful with that. But yeah, she's going good. I'm really pleased with this. Good progress. How are we doing? We're pulling sort of 7 miles an hour at the moment, so we've got a little bit of speed. I think the blades are getting a little bit blunter. They're not quite cutting through the ground as smoothly as before. Yeah. It kind of happens, you know. You pull a plough through such heavy soil, and it has an issue. It starts to get not quite so efficient, puts a bit more strain on the tractor, and yeah, you go from there. Okay, set that down. We go. Again, keeping our wheel into the field, but we are going through this field at a good rate. Yeah, look, there we are, sort of 7.5 miles an hour, even up to 8.5 there. I think that's because there's a bit of a dip in the field at this point, and that's what's causing that. But she is turning over nicely. Let's just I just want to pop out and have a look at the furrows and show you guys. Yeah, that's cutting nicely. Not seeing a lot of issue on our blades. They're looking in good nick. No real problems there. So yeah, looking good, looking very nice. And look at all that lime. The lime coverage on that is a little bit mad. Really? Yeah. But she's going well, and doing a good job, doing a fantastic job, in fact. Like that, magnificent tractor that is. There we are. Look at that. Cutting through the line. Right, enough admiring the tractor. She is doing a good job with some very white wheels. Pull this through. And enjoying that. Enjoying that work. That is just absolutely brilliant. Then plough. Re-engage the GPS. And away we go. Perfect. Yeah, that is looking decidedly good. And working an absolute treat. It's the way this swings around that central axis is I find absolutely fascinating. It's a design on this plough that is, as I said at the beginning, is so different to anything I've ever come across. And yeah, when my dad first showed it to me, I just went, "Wow, what is that?" And yeah, I don't know if they do have these in the UK. As I said, I've never seen one. I've never seen one used on a British farm. That doesn't necessarily rule out their use in that country. Just that it seems to be a very American thing to have these square blades. And even then, they seem to be a rarer thing in here. I've not seen many of them over here. There we go. Yeah, this field is another one that is ripe for turning into grass. Actually, you could go arable the other side of the road and turn this into grass, and again, you could put you could actually put a dairy building just in sort of the top end of here to connect to our main farm rather nicely, and then keep this bottom half of it still as an arable setup. You know, there are one of the cool things about this farm is that there are so many options. There is so much we can do, and it's, as I said, it's an exciting time. There's a long way we can go with this. On we go. This video is a lot of me ploughing, but you know, I just wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to have a proper just vlog, really, and talk to you about where I'm going with this farm, what we're planning, what we're looking at. It's I think it's important to sort of lay those kind of things down, and lay my thoughts down. You know, if that's exactly what doing these vlogs is all about. Is laying down my thoughts on the farm, spending some time while I'm in the cab here, and just sort of chatting away to you guys. Yeah, it's a good time for me to sort of ramble, and I enjoy doing that. I very much enjoy doing that. And yeah, this is as I said, this is going well. And yeah, hopefully we won't have too much to work on. Right, there and down, and away we go. Perfect, absolutely perfect, completely beautiful. Some nice straight ploughing, courtesy of GPS. It's one of those things. You know. GPS has revolutionized this aspect of farming. Absolutely, the whole keeping it perfectly straight and making sure that you're absolutely on the right line. This has changed that totally. Same goes for so many other things. You know, cutting, combining. You can now do, whereas before you needed guides and you needed tram lines and things to make sure that you cut in the right place and you got the right width on everything, and you didn't lose and you weren't cutting in the wrong place. These days, so much easier. Don't do that. We'll bend the furrows. Not quite enough width in this though to go right up the edge here, so we're going to have to come back and sort the edge there. But it is going nicely. We have cut. We've now ploughed most of the field, and really I've given you guys my thoughts on how we're going and what we're doing. So I think this is probably a pretty good time for me to close off this vlog. And all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.